Microscope analysis. The incident monochromatic electron beam is incident on the sample. So this electron beam scattered back and also transmitted through the sample. The scattered and reflected electron beam, the top of the surface values we can explain using the scanning electron microscope. The bottom values we can explain using the transmission electron microscope. So you can observe here, top side of the thick sample or bulk sample, the interactions occurring on the top side of the thick or bulk sample results in scanning electron microscope. So what I am saying, the top values, that is the electron beam is incident and scattered back electrons, this is secondary electrons, these Auger electrons and X-rays. These are we can explain using the scanning electron microscope. So these bottom values we can explain using the transmission electron microscope. So in this specimen interaction, it has four more main electrons. Number one is backscattered electron, secondary electron, Auger electron and X-rays. So simply we can explain here, the electron beam is incident on the sample, so it can move in the same direction with 180 degrees. This is the reflected electrons. So in the same way, the electron is incident on the sample, scattered back nearer to the 180 degrees. These electrons are called back reflected or scattered electrons. So this back scattered electrons depends on the sample atomic number. So if sample atomic number is more, we get more brightness image. If less atomic number of the sample, we get less brightness of the image. So we can observe here back scattered electrons. We can see here, when an incident electron collides with an atom in the specimen which is nearly normal to incident path, we get back scattered electrons at nearly 180 degrees. The intensity of back scattered electrons varies with the specimen's atomic number. Hence, when back scattered electrons are collected and imaged, high atomic number electrons appears brighter than lower atomic number electrons. So simply we can explain here once again, the incident monochromatic electron beam is incident on the sample and these electrons scattered back, nearer to the 180 degrees. These electrons are called scattered electrons. These scattered electrons also gives rise to image. The image depends upon the atomic number of the specimen. If atomic number is more, we get more brightness image using back scattered electron. If atomic number is less, the sample atomic number is less, we get less brightness image of back scattered electrons. So second one, secondary electrons. The incident electron beam is incident on the sample atoms. So this incident electrons emits the electrons from the atoms. The released electrons, the emitted electrons are called secondary electrons. So secondary electrons. These secondary electrons also gives rise to some image. Using this image, we can characterize the sample image. You can observe here secondary electrons. When an incident electron passes very nearer an atom in the specimen and produce secondary electrons, each incident electron can produce several secondary electrons. Hence, image formed collecting secondary electrons gives the topography of the sample. Once again, I am telling here, the incident electron beam is incident on the sample specimen atoms and released or emitted the electrons are called secondary electrons. From these secondary electrons, we can observe the topographical image. Using this image, we can characterize the sample surface. So third one, these are the Auger electrons. So this is third one, Auger electrons. So the incident electron beam, this is the incident electron beam. The incident electron beam is incident on the sample atoms, and the electrons are emitted as secondary electrons. The emitted place vacancy, the emitted place electrons vacancy is there. The higher energy state electrons jumps and occupies this vacancy. The higher energy state electrons jumps and occupied this vacancy. The vacancy occupied electrons are called Auger electrons. Auger electrons. Due to these Auger electrons also, we get some information of the sample. So it gives the sample image. Due to this image, we can characterize the sample surface. So we can observe here, during the emission of secondary electrons, a lower energy electron is released, thus leaving a vacancy into inner shell. A higher energy electron from the same atom can fall to the lower energy, filling the vacancy. The surplus energy is released by the emission of outer orbit electron. These electrons are called Auger electrons. They have a characteristics energy. These electrons are collected and sorted according to their energies to give compositional information about the sample. So fourth one, X-rays. Fourth one, X-rays. In Auger electrons, the higher state energy orbit electrons or higher energy state electrons jump from lower energy state vacancy orbits. So the electrons jumps from higher energy state to lower energy state, gives rise to some energy. It released some energy in the form of X-rays. This X-rays also gives rise to some image. That image we can characterize, we can observe here. X-rays. When the vacancy due to the emission of secondary electrons is filled by the fall of an electron from higher orbit to lower orbit. The energy difference in energy may be released as X-rays. Hence, X-rays that emitted will have a characteristics energy unique to the element from which it originates. So what I am saying, the higher energy state electron jumps from the higher energy state to lower energy state with releasing some energy. This releasing energy gives rise to X-rays. From these X-rays, we can observe some image. From this image, we can characterize the sample characterization.